How do you feel about being filmed? Are you completely okay with it? Does it make you feel a little bit uncomfortable? Well, either way, chances are you've been filmed today. Anytime we enter a shop, walk down a main street, or fuel up our cars, we're being watched. It's become part of our everyday experience, and it's almost an unspoken deal we make with each other. In exchange for increased security, or the perception of it, we accept that we'll be watched and recorded. But that's just when we're in public spaces, not private ones, right? A few months ago, my friends asked me to feed their dogs and water their garden while they went away for the weekend. And I did. And on the last afternoon, I decided to have a little fun, and I created a welcome home sign for their kids. And it's possible I may have got a little carried away. When I got home, I had a text from one of my friends. I expected it to be some holiday pics or an update on what time they'd be arriving the next day. But the text message read, "Drop the chalk and step away from the house." It completely freaked me out. I'd been alone at their house. I created my chalk masterpiece at the back, out of sight of the neighbours, and my friends were a state away. How could they possibly know what I'd just done? Then another text arrived. It seems my friends had remotely controlled security cameras, complete with alarms and loudspeakers, triggered by motion sensors, and it was all connected to their phones. They'd been watching me the whole time. And this was the strange bit. Even though I'd just been watering the garden, feeding the dogs, and making my chalk sign, and even though my friends thought the whole thing was funny, I wasn't laughing. I felt like my privacy had been violated. And I hadn't even done anything I felt embarrassed about. Can you imagine if I had? What if I'd decided to entertain the dogs? What if I'd rocked up after an afternoon at the pub? Would my friends have said something to me? Just had a laugh between themselves? What if they'd posted the footage online? Or perhaps they'd just watch on in horror and agree to never speak of it again. And this leads me to the question, is there anywhere left where we're not being filmed? Increasingly, our society is choosing security over privacy. Digital surveillance is becoming ubiquitous. But my concern is, in our relentless quest for security and transparency, we're in danger of losing a part of ourselves. The part that delights in doing spontaneous, silly, joyful things in private, because of a growing fear that someone, somewhere, is watching.